This interview with my really good friends LaMorris and Megan Crawford. I've known them for a while, and I really think it's going to add a lot of value when it comes to learning how to parent within an interracial marriage, learning your value as being the only one in the world that carries what you carry, and also the importance of being able to take bullets when they're shot at you. I hope you enjoy this talk. I think you're really going to get a lot out of it. So welcome to another episode of Millennials and Ministry. I'm your host, Erin B. Lashley, and today I'm so privileged to have really good friends of mine, LaMorris and Megan Crawford, on the show. They've been married. How long have you guys been married now?
10 years.
10 years. They've been married for 10 years. They both travel and speak publicly. They both lead in their local church and small groups. They chaplain the Cincinnati Bengals, and they parent 4 beautiful children. So you guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks
you. Thanks for having us. It's an honor.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first question I want to ask, when I was growing up, the people that I knew, you guys were one of the first interracial couples that I knew personally. And now I'm 29. All my siblings are either married or with somebody who's of a different race. All of my friends out here in Arizona, I would say 80% of them that are married to someone of a different race. So I feel like you guys would be able to give some good advice when it comes to parenting children within an interracial marriage. So what's one thing that you like to tell your children when it comes to race?
You want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, we decided as parents to live biblically based. And so raising our kids principally by God's standard, we really try and lay that foundation first, right? Because we believe if we can teach our kids to know who they are, they can navigate this world. Right. Mm-hmm. And so according to the world, they're black, right? Like you're in an interracial marriage, you black, which isn't true. They 50-50. You feel me? Black and white, right?
Right.
And so the world is going to label them, but we are to teach them. Mm-hmm. And so we teach them about their identity and who they are, and our 2 girls that they're beautiful, our 2 boys that they're leaders. And so we really try and instill character in them first. And as the other issues come, we believe we can handle it because the foundation is right.
Yeah,
that's good.
So,
I echo that. And also just that, the biggest thing that we're concerned with and that we're responsible for is shepherding their hearts and just letting them realize that we are their understanding of authority and who God is right now. But we just want to completely every time put their hand back in his. So above anything else, we're Christians. And so it doesn't matter the daddy's black and the mommy's white. And they always think he looks like Will Smith, which I'm like, you're right.
I'm better than Will Smith.
Like all black people don't look alike. You feel me?
I know. I get that a lot too. No, that's really good.
That's our main responsibility.
Absolutely. So you guys periodically still do these things called Marriage Mondays, which I love those videos. I feel like it's good marriage training, even for me. I'm not married yet, but I love hearing your insight on it. But I want to ask you guys, what's one of the biggest lessons you've learned when it comes to marriage and or parenting? And I'd love to hear both your answers.
Yeah. So Stay Married Mondays. We do that. We feel as a calling. We about to up that actually next level and be more consistent. So we're excited. But I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned in marriage is that the moment you're unwilling to change is the moment that the marriage dies. Mm-hmm. And so, the moment you come in covenant with someone, you make an agreement that you're going to die to yourself to keep this covenant. And so my job is to continue to die to me. And the more I become like Jesus, she gets the benefit. So everything I do, she gets the fruit of it. If I make bad choices, she gets the fruit of it. If I make good choices, she gets the fruit of it, right? So I feel like as long as I submit myself to continue to become in his image, and as that's being formed, it's like a mirror. When she look at me, she should see the sun. When I look at her, I should see the sun. And so I think the biggest lesson for me personally is like, man, I got to change. One, because God saved me, but he doesn't intend for me to stay the same. And number two, it's a reflection of who he is in our marriage. So that I would say that's the biggest thing I've learned.
Yeah. And kind of a piggyback off of that is, I feel like the biggest thing I've learned is that I have to respond to him, but I'm not responding to him. That my job is to respond to God, and he's a direct manifestation right now in this life of my responses. And so it just helps me hold my tongue a little better, that a gentle answer turns away wrath. That one, I used to like write scriptures on my wrist. And so for a month, I would just for like a week at a time, I would just read it, meditate on it, and get it in my heart. And that one specifically, I was on for like a month. And it was so helpful to recognize, like, it wasn't just a gentle answer turns away wrath to people, but also to my husband, and not just to my husband, but to my kids. And it just helped within my heart.
Yeah, no, that's really good. You know, I started this podcast because I wanted to create a platform for people to add value to millennials who want to make an impact in their community. So I want to ask you guys, you know, what's one piece of advice you would give to other millennials out there who want to make an impact, who want to live to put a mark on the world?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I've been traveling the country as an evangelist for years. And I think the number one thing, if I can speak to millennials, is, man, be yourself. You know, you're unique.
Yeah.
You're unique. And so almost 7 billion people on the planet, and one of us have the same set of fingerprints. Not even identical twins have the same set of fingerprints.
It's crazy.
Which means you are unique. The scriptures is clear that God placed the stars in the sky with his finger, singular, and called them by name. Every single star has a name. Scientists can't even tell us how many stars there are.
Wow.
Those same hands created you.
Yeah.
There isn't, catch this, out of all the billions upon billions of stars, there isn't one that's alike.
Wow.
And so be you.
Yeah.
Whatever your swag is, I tell my son all the time, I say, boy, your swag's so deep, you'll make a submarine sink. Be you. Right? Whatever that is, be you. Don't conform. Don't try and be like everybody else. Number one, it's boring.
Yeah.
And number two, you lose value.
Right.
Like there's only one LaMorris Crawford. Like, man, that's for real. That's dope. There's only one you ever. There will never be another you. There has never been another you. So be you. Whatever impact, calling, gifts, talent you have, live it out being you. You feel me?
Awesome.
I can't be like the preacher, right? I can't be like the preacher on the left. I'm LaMorris J. Crawford.
Yeah.
I bring it the way I'm designed to bring it. You feel me? And so, man, I would say be you. And the last thing I'll say, my university president used to always say, be yourself, only better. Be yourself, only better.
Yeah.
That's good.
I would say my piece of advice is to learn to take bullets well, which sounds kind of counterproductive, but we've just realized a lot, especially in ministry and business, the mix of the two, that there's always an issue. There's always someone talking. There's always something going on, and whether it's true or not, we've just really learned to hunker down together and humble ourselves together and take what we need to. If it's going to protect and honor someone, then we just want to do that well. It's not a big deal. We know the truth. We know God knows. Together, we've just learned to confront when we need to confront, and just humble ourselves when necessary to recognize that God knows and we know.
It's really good. And I think, both of what you guys said complements each other, because I feel like the more you know who you are and the value you bring, the easier it is to take those bullets, because you know who you are in Christ. You know what God says about you, and nothing that anyone says or does towards you will change what he says about you. So I think that's really good. But I want to ask you guys too, the future of the Crawford family. I know that you guys have always been big dreamers and heavy influencers you know, even from afar, even though you live states away, you're still impacting me, truthfully. You know, and I've been telling people about you guys. I'm like, you gotta follow them. You gotta listen. You gotta watch this. You gotta connect with them because they're such a powerful couple. So I just want to know, you know, what are some things that you guys want to do as a family in the years to come? You know, what are some things you got your eyes set on? What can we look forward to seeing in the future?
Yeah. So I just preached this sermon. God gave me this sermon called The Silent Servant. The Silent Servant. And, you know, Erin, to be honest, I'm kind of in a unique space of really not putting myself out there, right? The issue, the thing now, especially for millennials, is like, yo, how many followers I got? You know, how many this, how many that, how many. I mean, I don't even post 50% of the stuff I do.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, because to be honest, I don't care. To be real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I say that to say that maybe that should change because we do want to influence more people, right? But it's still a balance because I really just want to put people's hands in Jesus's hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it's gonna happen, let it be word of mouth. And I get social media; it's a great platform for the gospel, absolutely. But I believe our generation, especially leaders, they're taking it a little too far, in my personal opinion. And so we dreaming big. We've been dreaming big since the day we met, right? This marriage was a dream. We didn't even think was going to happen.
Wow.
But long term, we'll share this, two things. So we're looking at purchasing 12 acres. And we want to build our dream home. We want to build our dream home. And then I want to build.
That's great.
Yeah. We're gonna call our estate Character University.
Wow.
So our 12 acres will be called Character U, and I want to build what we're calling a purpose center on our property. And it's going to be a 2-day retreat space for pro athletes to come to find out their God-given purpose for life.
Wow.
So it's going to be the Purpose Center at Character U. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's big. And then Megan is, and she could probably speak for herself, but I mean, her creativity is sick. It's sick.
I know.
And,
it always has been too.
I'm telling you, it's so, you know, she started this company called The Details, in which she's designing baby showers, parties, graduation parties. And man, we just believe in that it goes next level. And so, and at the root of all that is that, man, we just continue to preach the gospel. Doors are more opening for our itinerant ministry. And so we just believe in God that, you know, I forget how many salvations in 3 years. I believe we've had over 3,500 salvations in our ministry.
Wow.
You know,
that's awesome.
We don't post that. We don't, you know, but, you know, God's faithful.
That's so cool.
So, yeah, we're done with babies. No more babies.
That's great.
Yeah,
so if people want to follow you and stay in touch with you on your journey, you know, or support you guys, you know, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, it's definitely through our social media platforms, you know, here on IG, Facebook, just LaMorris Crawford, Megan Crawford, at The Details for Megan. But yeah, man, we know a few things we do need to take next level with our Stay Married Mondays. We get requests all the time. People are asking, and the truth is, marriages, they're hurting. It was a statistic a few years ago that all 18% of new marriages are made up of interracial marriages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so
I believe that.
Yeah. So we just talked about we want to do an episode on strictly for interracial couples for Stay Married Monday.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Stay Married Monday is a premise of, you know, if you can stay married to Monday, that's why we post our video on Tuesday.
Yeah, or any day of the week.
Yeah, exactly, right. Right. And so with all this, we just want to help strengthen marriages, man, and just add value to marriages whatever way we can, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And we do think that couples ministry is probably at the forefront of what we're doing. And I think we just kind of discovered that over the last year or so. So I would also say future with all of Character U and all of that entails, it's definitely with couples.
Oh, for sure. That weekend retreat gonna be for couples too.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
That's awesome.
excited.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited for you guys, and thank you so much for taking a few moments to let me interview you. I really do value your time. I know it's precious. You have a lot going on with your family. You're speaking later today. There's, so much that you could be doing with your time, but I do value you guys and admire both of you and what you're doing and how you parent your children and how you love one another and support each other in ministry. So thank you for being here. Have your best day ever.